So, moving forward with the Resident Evil 6 videos, this is part 2. Basically, I'm going to be looking at the skill settings first, which are your sort of RPG element abilities. You collect skill points at certain points in the game. Sometimes you'll open a case or a chest and it'll have a shitload, you know, like a really big skill point item thing, like a, I don't know, and it's kind of like a chess piece, I guess. Really big chess piece if you got lots of skill points, and a small one if you only get 100. And yes, you can spend these skill points on abilities. So what I'm going to do is hit record and have a look at the skill settings down here. It's a menu deciding what you're going to do, and it says I can now purchase new skills, which is cool. So yes, you'll see here, these are all the ones that I've already unlocked, and I can basically equip these. And you can see here you've got 3 different skills that you could have at one point, and then you've got kind of a, you know, I guess it's kind of like when you play Call of Duty and you got your different class settings, and they're all basically like custom classes. So yeah, you can scroll down, and then if you haven't got something, you can purchase it. These ones we have actually got, so we can, can we actually buy anything, or have I not earned enough skill points again yet? Ammo pickup increase. So yes, basically I can't actually buy any new skills, but I just wanted to show in the video that there is sort of like pseudo RPG elements. So we're going to go chapter select again, and we're going to go for Chris campaign, and we're going to play not as Chris because that's who I played as the first time, and we're going to go for I think chapter 1 actually is probably better with Chris, if I remember correctly. Amateur again, and we're going to go for Piers, not to be confused with Piers Morgan. This guy's definitely less of a complete cunt. So yes, you do sort of finish the first chapter and think, okay, so there's 3 more chapters. Hopefully they're not all the same length, but they pretty much are, because the first chapter, yeah, it doesn't take 10 hours to complete, but it does take quite a chunk of time, and some of the later chapters you could take an hour and a half to complete them, and you just think,
I can't keep
is there really
away.
20 hours of gameplay here?
To face the truth.
Basically there is.
Accept responsibility. That's the only way I'll ever remember.
Blah blah blah.
The only way I'll get my life back.
Yeah, man.
HQ to Alpha Team. No change to your mission. Suppress the fire.
So now we're in China. You do sort of go to different corners of the world. There's a Russian level. The Russian level is probably my least favourite. It's just pretty bland, but basically that's Russia all over. With fucking Vladimir Pulips in charge. Fucking prick. Can't wait till that cunt gets fucking bombed. The Ukrainians send him a nice big diddy bomb. So yeah, get off the helicopter, jump down here. Everybody following me, 'cause I'm a man.
We've encountered hostiles at Dungeon 3.
Now it is kind of cool to,
HQ copy.
you basically start with different weapons with the different characters. Obviously this is like a crack commando team, so these have all got assault rifles. There's Leon, yeah. I don't even know if you start the game with a pistol or you have to find it.
The BSAA has arrived on the scene.
Can't shoot that man.
Can I get a comment, please? Excuse me. Is this outbreak related?
Yeah,
to the
there are
situation
some really nice locations in the game with lots of detail. We should see some zombies
All civilians, clear out of the way.
point.
Come in, HQ.
I think there's
Bastards.
bastards. Yes, there is swearing in this game.
Switch course from Route
Earning
4
its
to Route
18
9er.
certificate.
Head to the destination through the building in the 6 of clubs.
Your tattoo sucky me? The dirty little Chinaman. So yeah, there isn't much, as I said in the first video, there isn't much puzzle solving required in this game. Kind of annoying when someone keeps blabbering on the fucking radio. Shut up! So how are we getting through here then? Not by sliding over a table. Is there something I'm missing because I can't see? Oh, we go upstairs. Oh, there's a marker pointing me in that direction. I have played this game before, you know. I did actually complete it. Honest. And you get these crates everywhere. And there we get a green herb. And there we get a red herb, so we can do the old classic green herb, combine, red herb. And then you see we get the 6 green bits, and then we can administer them with the right button when we need them. There is very basic item management in the game. There's also these things here that you shoot, and it's the serpent emblem that unlocks some goodies, some extras, and you probably get achievement for finding them all, I would imagine. So yeah, there is basic item management in the game, but it basically just means every time you get a green herb, make sure you combine it so you can pick up the maximum amount of ammo.
Looking good. Requesting immediate backup. Copy that. HQ to Charlie. Assist Bravo with the 4 of hearts.
They're killing indiscriminately. There's no reasoning with these bastards.
Yeah, fuck him. Who wants to fucking box? Basically, it's the way that preserve the co-op dynamics in the game is to have these doors that require both players to actually open them. You know, whenever there's a cutscene or something like that, usually there'll be a door that requires both players to actually be there, as to, you know, not end up with one player stuck at the start of the level or anything just stupid like that. My favourite game in the Resident Evil series is probably actually Resident Evil 2. Probably said it before on one of my videos, but I just remember one Christmas, got my Christmas money, and I went into, I think it had been like Virgin Megastore at the time, and they had, I couldn't believe it, I'm sure it had been out less than like 12 months, but they had Resident Evil 2 and Tekken 3 on Platinum. I was like, wow, they're 2 amazing games to have on Platinum. And they had 2 for 30 quid on Platinum Games as well, so I was like, wow, picking them bastards up. So I did, and yeah, that was the first Resident Evil game that I ever owned. I did play the first one before that. I still haven't completed that. I've recently sold the Wii version, the remake of the GameCube, remake of the PS1 Saturn Classic. If that makes sense. Yeah, that was the first one that I ever completed, and it was an epic game. There's not really much to shoot in this level so far. It's basically just running through
Be
it.
a little rusty. It looks like all that training's kicking right in.
Hear the chatter. Ready?
Steady, go. some motherfuckers to shoot. Never really used the cover system in the game. I don't think there's any way of getting cover. Oh, you can do that to get cover behind a wall or whatever, but I basically played the whole game in amateur, so there wasn't really any need. You could basically just stand there taking hits and just shoot the enemy and they'll die, and it's as simple as that really. So how are we getting out of here? Quite hard to see with playing a dark game on this side, the size of the screen. Yeah, fuck your ass up, sucker. Yeah. There are bits like that where if you're close to a wall, it'll slam the zombie's head into the wall. There's also ones where you can, if you're on like a balcony, you'll chuck the enemy off the balcony, or you might smash his head against the handrail of the balcony and things like that. So it's hardly sleeping dogs, but it's an added element to the game nevertheless. Sound design obviously is excellent, as you'd expect from a Resident Evil game. You know, overall, whilst the style of the game is very different, it's a massive departure from most of the other Resident Evil games. It is definitely Resident Evil, or you know, the sound design makes sure of that. Obviously the characters do as well. But it does feel still like a Resident Evil game. It doesn't feel like a complete departure from the brand. Probably a bad thing for the Resident Evil series is the movies, because that when something gets popular in the cinema, you know, the games are going to be aimed at casual gamers as well. You know, the original Resident Evil games are a bit hardcore. Definitely the first one was. They did get easier as time went on. Resident Evil 2 wasn't too difficult, and you know, by the time I played Resident Evil 3 on the Dreamcast, which I did a review of on my channel, it was very, you know, that game is very easy if you want it to be easy. Well, that is sort of like a director's cut of the original game. And here we have kind of like pseudo tyrant motherfuckers who need shooting down, not too hard. Overall, very happy to be actually using my capture device again. I felt like a broken record, basically apologising for the quality of the videos. Hoping now I've got all the time in the world after losing my job. Hopefully I'll be able to sort of continue a pattern of finish a game, review it, do a video on it, let's play, whatever, sell it, still be able to buy the odd game here and there, complete that, do a video on it, sell it. So like I say, this game is sold, it'll be going in the post shortly after, let somebody else enjoy it. Didn't really encounter too many issues with the AI. NPCs that are PCs because you can basically, like here you can play as Chris obviously, but I never really had any problems with the computer controlling the other characters. It's not flawless, they do kind of sometimes take a bit longer than a human would to actually come to you when you call them. That is something I haven't touched on that I kind of forgot about, because you don't need to use it that much. You can actually call the other character and guide them, tell them to basically go in and attack and things like that. Kind of a little bit of squad based tactics. So I think I'll probably look at that in the next video. Also something else that I just realised I haven't touched upon, which is there's kind of like an energy bar. I think it only depletes when you're attacking an enemy though, and actually landing hits. So yeah, that's a little bit of the Chris chapter with a look at the skill settings beforehand. Possibly going to make another big ass cup of tea before the next video, but there will be a part 3 on the Sherry and the name of the other dude, can't remember his name, but he's with I think it's Sherry. So we'll be playing that in the next video, part 3, and having a look at the things that I have forgot so far. Alright.